Hello and welcome to the Compare and Contrast Feature by Feature Introduction tutorial. You are watching this video because you have chosen to write the Compare and Contrast Feature by Feature essay. If you have not chosen this type of essay, you are watching the wrong video. The prompt for this essay is as follows. Write an essay that compares and contrasts life in the dystopian society of the novel you read with our modern-day society. Remember, if you're reading the book I Am Number 4, instead of comparing and contrasting societies, you will be comparing and contrasting John Smith's life with your own. Anytime you're writing an introduction, there are three major parts: the hook, bridge, and thesis. The hook is the very first part. This is the engaging first line of your story that grabs the reader's attention. There are 4 strategies for grabbing the reader's attention. The first one is a quote. A quote is any quote or famous saying that you can find online, in movies, in music, anything that's famous that you can use that's both interesting and related to your topic. An example would be, unity is oneness of purpose, not sameness of persons. Evans. I always end a quote with a citation giving credit to the author who wrote it. The next option is to start with a question. If you're going to start with a question, it should be both interesting and related to your topic. One good question to start with might be, why is it so difficult to have equality? This is something that should get the reader thinking right off the bat. The next option is to have an anecdote. An anecdote is a mini story. It should be both interesting and related to your topic, but it can be something that you completely make up yourself. An example would be, ants spend their entire existence in service of their communities. They move grain after grain from the beginning of their lives to the end. On paper, it is a perfectly functioning society. So I have created a story that's related to my topic and will ease into the topic of my essay. The last option you have is an intriguing statement. Intriguing is another word for interesting. So this should again be both interesting and related to your topic. This is something that you create yourself and you don't find it anywhere else. An example would be, in order for there to be pleasure, there must be pain. So now you should write the hook to your essay. In my example, using the giver as my core text, I have chosen to start with an intriguing statement. Unity is a complicated concept. So that's an intriguing statement because it's interesting and it's related to the topic I'll be talking about in my essay. The next part you should write is the bridge. The bridge will connect your hook to your thesis statement. The first thing you should do is explain what your hook means. The next part is you should explain what the essay is about without using the phrase, this essay is about. But since you are comparing and contrasting societies, you should say something about that. Finally, you need to make sure to name the specific book that is going to be the focus of the essay and what you are comparing and contrasting it to. In my bridge, I wrote this. Unity is something for which humans strive, but is often confused with making every individual the same. Humans have attempted for centuries to create utopias in real life and in literature, and the result is almost always dystopian. In the novel, The Giver, the community's attempt at creating a utopia left it with both similarities and differences to modern society. So if you notice, I hit on every part of my essay prompt. where I talked about comparing similarities. I talked about contrasting differences. I talked about dystopian societies. And I talked about modern day society. I even named the specific novel that I am reading. As long as you can do all of those things, you have done a successful hook or a successful bridge. The final and most important part of your introduction is the thesis statement. This is your one-sentence response to the prompt. You need to make sure you address all aspects of the prompt and preview the structure of the essay. If you use this frame, you will get that job done. The society in your book, you're going to name your book, and modern American society can be compared and contrasted when it comes to blank, blank, and blank. So in those 3 blanks, in 1, 2, and 3, I will be naming the 3 features that I am both comparing and contrasting. I will then write my body paragraphs in that same order. So my thesis statement for this is, the society in The Giver and modern American society can be compared and contrasted when it comes to jobs, school, and families. So then I will be able to take those 3 features, jobs, school, and families, and use them as the 3 topics of my 3 body paragraphs. Now you should have your essay introduction completed, and you should be able to go on and write the rest of the body. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact your teacher.